Hello everybody, this is Piano2502 and welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory 1.1, my progressive build tutorial. In this episode we are going to get circuit boards automated. We are also going to unlock Logistics Mark IV and improve most of our belts to Mark IV on our main sushi belt. So let's do that. Off episode, I didn't really get too much from the doggos. I just waited until we got enough rubber and plastic and extended our hyper tube network to our coal miners area. But here's the power grid now, all stable at 1275. Our actuals aren't hitting that, even though the maximum theoretical is higher. So looking good at the moment. But we always have our biomass ready just in case it goes over, and if it happens to go over that, we have our power storage ready. Okay, so let's unlock Logistics Mark IV. Is it this one? No. Next one. Man, you know what? I'm going to need a lot of these for Mark IV belts. Alright. Logistics Mark IV.
Milestone reached. The transportation of resources can reach new heights of efficiency. With the Mark IV belts and lifts, the truck, but even more importantly, our effort. Handling a large and complicated vehicle like the truck should come easy to a well-trained pioneer such as you. They are an obvious improvement over tractors concerning industrial purposes. Improvements for personal use were not measured.
Alright. Next thing. It's going to be industrial manufacturing. Pipeline Mark II. Yeah, we'll get that in a little bit. Alright. Industrial manufacturing is next. Alright, let's improve our belts. Make sure you get all the belts. That gets us through storage. Bottom line. Alright, we don't need more than level 3 coming in from there. We'll extend our level 4s for now this way. And I'm just extending it back through this way for later on. So we will have more stuff in this section. You know what? I kind of want a throughput monitor here. So I think it's the maximum in this section before we start using it. Wait a second. We do need some of these improved. Only the outs. I think we did the outs over here. The ins don't matter. I'll merge when it needs to. Yeah, we got all the outs improved. Okay. And one more. We'll never need level 4s any further back than that. So we can keep level 3, mostly because we're not building upstairs anymore. So that's going to stay consistent coming in. Alright, that's all the level 4s we need. Alright, so circuit board builds. We're going to need a Mark II miner, a smelter, a constructor, and an assembler. Let's get all of that going. Guess we should check up on our doggos. Before we do that, okay, purple power slug. Can I get Sam ore? No is the answer to that question. Not a power slug though. Is anything that it gave me useful? For the sink, not really. Okay. Let's get some steel pipes. Alright. First things first. We have to improve our copper. Because we need copper sheets for circuit boards. And since we have everything upgraded to Mark IV belts, we can improve things. Right. Mine are Mark II. There we go. Right. I need this all level 3s now. And we could do level 2s over here, but we have all these extra level 3 belts, so let's use them. What's the extra thing? Oh yeah, I know what that is. It's for later. Alright. That gives us everything we need. Okay, so smelter.
The factory must grow.
Constructor. Put some level 2s there. Right. Gosh darn it. I didn't even see this pole. Right, I gotta make the recipe. Copper ingot. And it'd help if it got inputs. Copper sheet. Just those things don't back up, because I think this is 10, 30, 30, 60. There we go. Alright, that'll be everything for copper sheets. Now, circuit boards. Which we're going to put ahead of this. There we go. There we go, circuit boards. It needs plastic and copper sheets. Alright. Let's see, we'll do that one that way. Right. Okay. Alright, now we gotta rearrange some of our belts. Mostly our main belts. Alright, that one we'll reuse. Okay. Rotors, you can come off now. As none. Smart splitter. Right, rotors. Straight overflow. There we go. Alright, let's try and maneuver this one. go that way. And then back we go. Alright. Alright, that seems to deal with the rotors fine. Alright, we're gonna have to have copper sheet. Here. And overflow straight. Okay, good. Alright, so that attaches. We're all good there. Okay, everything's good there. Okay. Let's check back up on our doggos. Then we have some storage stuff to do. Nothing super useful, unfortunately. Alright. Next thing, I guess we have to add in the storage. Stuff we need. Also got storage for silica and quartz crystal at this point. And because we have level 4 belts, we can allow the silica and quartz crystal to come onto our belts. We'll keep the quick wire in its temporary location for now. That one gets moved over once we start automating our Caterium builds in Tier 6, which will be outside this tutorial. Alright, yeah, how far can we do this? 1, 2, 6, 7. Alright, let's do it to there. It's good for now. Okay, smart splitters. I need more AI limiters. Let's get 5 more, or 4 more. Right, I need more level encased belt beams. Next one. For belts. You there, and you there. Circuit board, overflow, quartz crystal, overflow, silica, overflow. Alright. That finishes storage. Yeah, let's get downstairs. Now we should rearrange our plastic belts. Alright. Okay, let's do that. Oh yeah, we don't need soup. Okay, do that. Right. Alright, let's try that. Maybe we have that go up this way a little bit. We do have to merge the belts somewhere. merge it into a storage. That way, if any of it backs up, we'll back up into the storage first. Alright, let's take you. Go down here. We'll take you and go up here. By the way, this is a temporary location for this. These things will get merged much later on, much later in the game. But for now, it's a good spot to put our merge for our belts, for the plastic belts and the factory belts. Alright, we're going to go, right, that one's going to go that way. Right, this is for plastic, right. Alright, that works out. Alright, so now it's just the merge. Alright, let's maybe put a different spot for that ending. Alright, that should be good. Alright, does that still work or not? Okay, it does. That'll be the later belt for much later for empty canisters. Okay. Now our plastic belts, we want to get merged into here. And odds are this isn't going to work. For some reason. Just do this. And plastic right. Overflow straight. Alright, power is something we will need as well. Alright, as soon as we get plastic in, that'll work. Need merger. Can I get a merge up here too? Maybe if we go further out a little bit. Will this work? No is the answer to that. That's too bad. Hmm. Now I guess I can have it go backwards. And merge in over here. Hey, we have circuit boards being made. Alright. Plastic's coming off the oil belt. Alright, now, time to get rid of these. Ugh. Full complete. Okay, well. Guess for now it's temporary. We're going to want it at least 120 because there's going to be 60 of these a minute. I don't want to put too much pressure on the belts. So let's do that. Once these empty, we can get rid of the storage bins and move the merging over here. But for now, that should work. Alright, I think that will be probably it for this episode. Let's just go check on our doggos. And by the way, this container will merge both belts into one, and anything that's like overflowing will come into here as a backup and then flow out when it needs to. So those storage containers can be used very good for a merge that you don't want things to back up. It'll back up in the container. Alright, last doggo. Between episodes, I'm going to put up signs, except for maybe the last one. Or last few, just so that I can show signs off next episode. But I'm going to get most of my signs for my storage bins done. Turbo motors, alright. I think it's the first time I see those. Purple. More of those, okay. Oh yeah, it reminds me, we probably have some unlocks in here. Not there yet. Yeah, we can get some of this. Oh, true. Let's unlock industrial manufacturing. Do we have any... Okay, we do have that. That is automating. That is coming in. Good. And motors. Don't quite have everything, do we? Alright, what do we have left? A few engines. Let's see, motors. Got what, 4? Need a lot of modular frames. You know, we have other unlocks in the MAM. Let's do those first. Let's see. Oh yeah, I need quick wire for that.
Research completed. High-speed connector recipe unlocked. New Caterium research available.
Alright, I don't think there's really anything at the moment in that one. Nope. Nope. If we get more motors. Nope. Ooh. Maybe in a little bit. Same with that one. Okay. What this one? Well, we've got 5 high-speed connectors, which we just unlocked. What does it need? Circuit boards. Okay, we have some of those. That'll finish this tree up. Oh yeah, right. Gotta make that and that. Well, might as well put it in our to-do list. There we go. Alright, high-speed connectors. Alright, and DNA capsules.
Hostile organisms added to the object scanner. Note, it cannot detect the species, only aggression. There are many creatures that dislike you, Pioneer, but I am your true friend.
Alright. How are we doing for modular frames? Not much. Alright, I think we'll end the episode here. Between episodes, I'm going to put up signs for our storage, except for maybe the last few, which I'll do on the next video just to show you how to put up signs. Anyway, I'm fan of 2502. Let's see, we'll do signs next time, and then I think we're probably going to add in like heavy modular frames and computers, and put up our first manufacturers. Anyway, fan of 2502. See you next time.